Oakland Latinos United tripped on some right here. But Oakland Latinos United, hopefully you're joining my live feed tonight. Kicking back, got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff going on in the town and around the Bay Area. Hopefully you guys are tuning in for the live feed, live with Jay number 32. Out here kicking back in the East Bay, relaxing. You feel me? So what's up with everybody? Hopefully more people join. We could get it started. There's a few issues I want to talk about, and yeah, let's just talk about some good things. Hopefully you folks are out there having a good day. Hopefully you had a good 4th of July weekend. I wasn't able to do my live feed on Sunday because we had a 4th of July party at my house, and there was hella people here, bro. And you know how it gets, bro. Everyone's here, and everyone left at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Put it like that. So, they're popping fireworks and doing all kinds of shit. So I couldn't do a live feed on Sunday. And then yesterday I was out of town and I didn't get back till hella late. So I said, fuck it, let's do a live feed, live with Jay number 33 on Tuesday. You know what I mean? Have a cool little Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, and hopefully you guys are doing good. There's some issues I wanted to talk about, and I want to see what you guys thought. So I was reading the news today, and I seen that they said it was a violent weekend in Oakland this weekend. It says there were several shootings, or at least a violent 4th of July day. Supposedly there were several shootings, hella sideshows everywhere. And yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Supposedly there was hella shootings, hella sideshows, just hella recklessness, you know what I mean? And what's your guys' take on that? Because why is it people always act a fool in the town? That's the one thing about being from Oakland, man. They kind of annoys me at times. It's like we people from the town, they act a fucking fool, and it's like, come on, man. And they doing sideshows and they like stomping people's cars and being hella reckless. And I mean, sideshows have always kind of been reckless, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it seems like they're getting even worse now than what they used to be. But I could be wrong. You tell me if I'm wrong. But motherfuckers out there shooting up the place and throwing fireworks. I seen one where they were throwing like dangerous ass fireworks at people, and people, not knowing how to do donuts properly, crashing into people, and it's crazy. And then they stomp their cars out, the town tax or whatever the fuck, Oakland stomp or whatever they call it. And it's just like, man, it's like I don't remember seeing that much crazy shit at sideshows when I was young, but I did see some crazy things, but not like what I see now. And I don't think sideshows were as big as they are now back then. But yeah, supposedly there was hella sideshows, and Jay, with that town business. But yeah, man, I'm just talking about 4th of July. It was supposedly a very violent 4th of July day in Oakland. Seems like 4 people got shot. I can't remember if 4 people got killed or 4 people got shot. Correct me on which one, but yeah, supposedly there was hella sideshows, hella people acting a fool. And they always had the 4th of July fireworks parties in Oakland. You already know that. Every block got it. You know what I mean? Mitchell Street, East 7th Street, Jingletown, 14th Ave. A lot of different hoods have their fireworks shows. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. You know what I mean? They had fireworks shows by where I live too. And we had some fireworks in front of my house too. We were popping some. So we had a big party. That's why I'm doing the live with Jay. I think 4 people got shot. Okay. Yeah, man, but why do you think that is? If people were acting such a fool on 4th of July, like just doing too much, you feel me? Is it just people getting drunk and acting stupid, or what is it? You feel me? It's like, have fun, man. I was with my family that day. I had hella fun that day. We were popping fireworks. A family came over at the house. There was no drama. It was all good. You feel me? But some people out there they just don't know how to act, man. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But what do you expect, man? Sadly, that's just the town be like that sometimes. Motherfuckers just want to act wild. And sometimes I wonder if a lot of these fools that are doing this stupid shit are even from Oakland, or are they out of towners who come to the town and act a fool and then go back to their fucking places. You feel me? Was in SF during the 4th. Yeah, I didn't hear too many gunshots where I'm at. I'm in the East Bay. Um, I'm not that far from Oakland, but there was a lot of fireworks. But I wasn't in Oakland that day. I was at my family's house, and they were having like a fireworks thing. But I didn't hear a lot of. I heard a lot of fucking crazy fireworks where I was at, but I didn't hear no gunshots. Thankfully, not that many. Maybe I heard a couple, but not that many. Seemed like more people were popping fireworks than anything. You feel me? But yeah, man. I just wonder if like a lot of these fools that come out here doing dumb shit in Oakland are even from Oakland, or are they out of towners who come out here and act a fool? What do you think? Leave it in the comments if you tell me what you think. If you think it's actual fools from the town doing this shit, or the people that coming from out of town doing dumb shit. I do not come to the town with for because it's crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, I've kicked it many times on the 4th of July, and I don't remember it being too crazy. I just remember a lot of fireworks. You know what I mean? I don't remember too many sideshows on the 4th of July before. I remember a lot of fireworks. Obviously, like on East 7th Street, they always had the fireworks show. On Jingletown, on Mitchell Street, and in the different little hoods where they had the fireworks shows. You know what I mean? On 14th Ave, I heard they have a big fireworks show too, over there by like kind of a funk town. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. You know what I mean? 4 people shot, hella sideshows everywhere. It was hella wild, man. It was hella wild. I heard, man. But what can you do? What can you say, man? Some might say that's town business, but is it really town business? It's destroying our city, our hometown, where we're from. You feel me? A city that already has a bad rep, really town business. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. All I can say is just speak on it. And I mean, because, I'm no saint. I went through, when I was young, I did dumb shit. I went to sideshows. I did a lot of dumb shit when I was young. You feel me? But I don't remember myself being as reckless as some of these people now. Maybe there were some people reckless then for sure. There have always been reckless people, but some of these youngsters, man, I don't know if it's just me getting older, but damn, they be off the hook. I've seen some videos of sideshows. They be doing some dumbass shit. I'm like, wow, was I like that when I was young? You feel me? But I heard a lot of these fools that come to sideshows now ain't even from Oakland. They come like from Stockton, Modesto, Fresno, from other areas, from the outskirts of the Bay Area, and they come to Oakland to act the fool. You feel me? At least that's what I've been told. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is. If you're joining me, press that like button. You know what I mean? Press the like button and give the live chat a like. You know, ain't even business no more. Yeah, a lot of shootings out there. People acting dumb. Press that like button if you're joining in, like that they won't hate on the stream. But yeah, man, crazy night, crazy week, or at least crazy 4th of July in Oakland. I heard it was pretty wild in Richmond too. Maybe not as wild as Oakland, but I heard there was a lot of fireworks and stuff out there. I heard somebody told me they had sideshows, I think, out in Vallejo too. But yeah, man, it's off the hook. It's off the hook. So how was your 4th of July? What did you guys do, man? Did you guys go see family? Did you pop fireworks? Did you go to one of these crazy ass sideshows? How was your block? How was your hood? Where I was at, it was hell of fireworks, man. They were popping some stuff that I'm like, man, where do these people get money for this shit? You feel me? Like, I seen some fools popping some damn near professional fireworks you see at the fucking Coliseum. You feel me? But I'm like, that shit costs a grit. You feel me? I'm like, where do they get money for this shit? I mean, man, like, give me some of that money. I could use it to buy some other shit. But yeah, man, it's just it's a trip. Like, people in the hood are struggling and shit, but they got money to buy these expensive ass fireworks. That always boggles my mind, bro. For a holiday that ain't even really ours, bro. You know what I mean? 4th of July. It's like, what are we celebrating? We're celebrating basically the theft of Native American land and the independence from England by people who stole the land. That's basically what we're celebrating on 4th of July, pretty much, you know what I mean? And tell me if I'm wrong, you know what I mean? The British, when they came to the East Coast, to Massachusetts and all that, they basically colonized the East Coast, and that was the original United States. And they colonized it on the backs of the native people who were already here, the Wampanoag and the various other tribes that were in the East Coast at the time, the Iroquois and various others. You know, and that's what they sell. That's what we celebrate: the destruction of those people and their land. But if you're joining me, press that like button. You know what I mean? Be very nice and press the like button. Doesn't take very much, but yeah, man. So what's up with everybody, man? What's your take on anything I've been talking about? You know, if you want to add in your 2 cents, let me know what's up. You know, like I said, I was busy the last 2 days. That's why I didn't do a live feed. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do it on a Thursday night. Why not? Kick back with all of y'all, and we talk business, talk about different things. And yeah, man, it's just one of those things. Like always, you know, crazy shit in the town makes news, unfortunately, and people get shot and people get hurt, and it's like, I don't know, man. I don't understand why people are so reckless, why they want to go out and hurt other people so bad. And the thing about it is, Sunday drive around live stream. Yeah, I was out of town Sunday though, so I was kind of busy, so I didn't get to do a live stream. But I'll do one soon. But yeah, like I said, it's just one of those things. People acting dumb, people acting reckless, and yeah, for sure. And you know, people not knowing how to act, and it's sad, man. It's sad that a lot of young Rasa, a lot of young blacks out there, you know, be doing dumb shit so much, man. It's like we gotta move past that, man. We've been doing dumb shit for years, and where's it got us? Nowhere. It ain't gotten us nowhere. So I don't know. People are being gentrified out of Oakland, the Bay Area, and so many other problems, man. And all we can continually do is do destructive shit that only affects our people. It doesn't help us in any way whatsoever at all. You tell me how it helps us. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's just me. Press the like button if you haven't pressed that like button. You know what I mean? Support the channel, support the live feed. But yeah, man, so what's going on? What's going on with everybody? What's cracking, folks? What's up, Cepeda? I'm talking about the crazy weekend in Oakland on 4th of July. Supposedly there was 4 shootings, hella crazy ass reckless sideshows everywhere, and just recklessness like always, you know what I mean? As far as the fireworks show, I mean, they've been doing those for years, bro, like in the blocks, you know? Yeah, I heard in Vallejo too. I think I seen a video rolling around where they were doing some crazy sideshows in Vallejo in the V Town. You know what I mean? I was just in Vallejo too the other day. You know what? It's crazy because I was in Vallejo yesterday for a little bit, and there were hella cops everywhere in Vallejo, bro. So maybe that's probably why. But yeah, for sure, I was in Vallejo for a little bit, and then I went out to the towards the Sacramento area yesterday. I had to do something out there. It's no more sideshow in the town. It's played out to that. I don't know what to call this. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff I see they do now looks more like demolition derby than a sideshow. They don't even do donuts or figure eights no more. They just spin their cars around como locos. You know what I mean? It's not like in the old days where they would do like figure eights. Now they're like doing like 5, 6 cars, and then they motherfuckers get mad when they crash into each other. It's like, come on, dude. How the fuck are you gonna try to spin donuts with hella cars in one little place and not expect to fucking hit somebody and get mad like a little fucking sissy when you get hit, bro? It's like, come on, dude. Like, these motherfuckers be on some fun. Yeah, running people over and just doing a retarded shit. And I mean, in the sideshows, kind of were always kind of reckless. Don't get me wrong. When I used to go to sideshows when I was young, they were pretty reckless too then, but not as bad as what I see now. Then they weren't as big. You got to remember, in the old days, this is what I tell people. In the old days, sideshows were mostly a Oakland thing, and the only people you really seen at sideshows were people from Oakland, like people from, especially people from the deep. You know what I mean? Back in the days. And then later on, you know, people from other areas started coming, other parts of Oakland started coming to the sideshows. And then, you know, when the DVDs and all the other bullshit came out, then everybody, you know, started coming to the sideshows from all over the Bay Area. And now it's apparently people from all over California. I even seen they try to have sideshows in LA now, even though LA claims to hate the Bay Area so much or not want to be nothing like us. So, I don't know. You feel me? It's different. It's just a different trip now, bro. But yeah, I just noticed now the sideshows are more like car meetups where everyone meets up and they hit up the sideshows. You feel me? And they do them everywhere now, not just Oakland, San Jose, and Vallejo, and Antioch, and different cities. I heard in Antioch they started cracking down hard on sideshows though, and I heard in San Ho too they're trying to crack down hard on sideshow activity. But yeah, I'm old though, so I can remember. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I remember when sideshows were basically a Oakland thing. And you could disagree with me. Oh yeah, you could someone said there's sideshows in Texas, yeah. And you could disagree with me, but I only remember Oakland fools. I remember at one point it was mostly black dudes that did it. The black dudes from the Deep East did sideshows mostly. You didn't really see Latinos or Asians or whites at sideshows back in the days. It was mostly a black thing, specifically black folks from the Deep. They were the ones that originated the sideshow, and that's real. That's the real. You feel me? Supposedly it started it started kind of like cruising, what I was told. Like people used to cruise down Foothill and show off their cars at the McDonald's that used to be across the street from the Eastmont Mall and in the Eastmont Mall parking lot. That's how I heard the sideshow started. That's what I was told, at least by the OGs. You feel me? I've heard about Richie Rich. Yeah, man. Yeah, me as a kid in Oakland, I don't remember seeing an actual sideshow, but what I do remember seeing when I was a little kid in the hood, there were already some Chicanos and some black dudes who would burn donuts. I remember seeing that when I was a kid. The dudes were already doing that even back in the 80s when I was hella little. But it wasn't, I don't, yeah, when I heard the song Sideshows, when I really heard that terminology myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do remember dudes already, like a lot of dudes would have like back then Cougars or Mustangs or old school muscle cars, because that's all they had in those times. And I remember fools burning donuts in the cars. I even seen a dude burn donuts in the Cutlass Supreme one time. But yeah, that was that. I remember seeing it even back in the 80s, bro, like late 80s when I was little. You feel me? But I didn't start hearing about it. The first time I'd ever actually seen a sideshow myself. I think I told this story before. It was in '95. I was right there on High Street and Foothill, right next to to whatchamacallit, to Fremont High. And I don't know if you guys remember, across the street there used to be a Shell gas station right there, and the Chevron too. And yeah, I remember back then that was the first time I'd ever seen a sideshow, was right there on that corner. And that had to have been like 1995. You feel me? That was a long time ago. What was your guys' first sideshow? Have you ever been to a sideshow? You guys probably went later on in life, huh? You feel me? But yeah, the first time I'd actually attended one was 1995. And that was already fucking almost 30 years ago, man. That was what, like 27 years ago, I think? 26 years ago. I was counting real quick. So yeah, man. So before I change the subject, does anybody have anything they want to add on to the 4th of July, the sideshows, the shootings that happened on the 4th? You know what I mean? How was your 4th of July? Anything you want to add on of any? First sideshow I went to like 5 years ago. Orale. 96, 97. Yeah, that was around the time I went the first time. But yeah, man, anybody else want to add on to the conversation before I change the subject? I see people, they try to have sideshows in Bakersfield. Someone running for police car on the 4th. Hey, to Esepeda, I heard, are you guys in Richmond? Aren't you in Richmond? I heard Richmond was off the hook with the fireworks. But if you're joining me, press the like button. Please press that like button, because they keep hating on my stream. So press the like button like that. They didn't want to hate on my stream. But yeah, man, it was just a wild 4th of July. But I'm going to change the subject now, because we've been talking about this subject for 20 minutes. And I want to talk about a subject that I want to make a video on this week. And that's about a dude who was exposed. Yeah, I guess he was from Southern California, or he was from I don't know where the dude was from, New Mexico or something. And they called him Iron Jacket. And I guess some dude who claimed he was a Cholo Goth or something from some group called Prayers from San Diego. You know what I mean? They're like Satanists or something like that. I don't know what they are. They had some fake ass, some so-called indigenous shaman, who supposedly spoke Nahuatl and spoke indigenous languages, passing off as a native, as a super Aztec or whatever, saying he was a Chichimeca, which Chichimecas was one of the tribal confederations they had back in the days. And I guess this prayers guy from San Diego started putting him on. You feel me? Yeah, I'm talking about that. So basically, this guy named I don't know if Prayers is a guy or a group. That's the thing I don't understand because I don't listen to this music. They're supposedly like Cholo, Satanist, goth people. And I never heard of such a thing. I grew up around Cholos and I never heard of no satanic Cholos. You feel me? So I don't know. Maybe Gunner's right. Maybe we are living in the you know what generation. You feel me? But anyway, you know how funny styling these people are. Yeah, Cholo fucking goths. Yeah, I swear to God, look them up. Prayers. Look up Prayers Cholo Goth and you'll find it. I guess it's these dudes from San Diego. They claim to be like Satanists and Cholos and Sureños. I don't know what the fuck they are. But anyway, it is weird. I mean, I never seen. I'm old school. I come from the world where there were Cholos and there were Gothic people. There were punk rockers and there was homies. You know what I mean? It wasn't intertwined like that. Even though I was cool with a couple of punk rockers, but never really messed around with those emo goth types. But anyway, so supposedly this guy Prayers had this dude. Yeah. They were talking about it. Yeah, I hope it ain't the future Cholos either. But anyway, so they have this guy named. What did I say his name was? Straight Jacket? No. My first sideshow was 1990 at the East Mall Mall. How was that? But anyway, Iron Jacket, not Straight Jacket. I mean Iron Jacket. He supposedly went by some Aztec name or Nahuatl name. I can't pronounce it, so I'm not even gonna try. So he was passing himself as a shaman, as a super Aztec, as a warrior. He tried to create something called Choloani, saying that the Cholo culture came from the old indigenous culture and that the word Cholo meant like warrior. He made up this whole spiel, bro. And he tried to say that the Cholo dress resembled the Aztecs and the native people from Mexico, which is all BS because if you know, I mean, there could be some truth to it, but if you know your Cholo history, the Cholos originated from the Pachucos. And the Pachucos originated from the jazz culture in Harlem. You know what I mean? And then the zoo suit itself originated from the Wild Wild West when men used to wear big ass baggy suits, with long ass coats. Yeah, cultural appropriation. But so supposedly this guy was like, so this is where Pachucos came from. And then in the 70s, it went from being Pachucos to being the Cholos. You know what I mean? And the word Cholo is found in different places. I know in Mexico it's the dog, the Cholo Twinkly. And also the word Cholo is used in Peru and in Ecuador. So it's a word that kind of is around. And it has different meanings in different places. It's probably an old indigenous word for sure. But I know for a fact that the Cholo culture did not originate from the Aztecs or no bullshit like that. The Cholo culture itself originated from the fucking inner cities, from the barrios. And a lot of it was an imitation of the jazz culture. And that's the truth. You could look it up. But this guy, Straight Jacket or Yellow Jacket, whatever the fuck his name is, it's not even important. He started making this whole Choloani thing. And then I guess all this guy Prayers and all these people in SoCal started buying his bullshit. And he tried to say he was a Sureño from Boyle Heights and that he got shot in the head when he was 11. And he made up this whole spiel, I guess. But I guess some people who really know the indigenous world and study it, and people who are involved in the danzante world and different things, knew that this dude was full of shit. And they started exposing him. And it turns out that the dude is I guess a white guy. He's not even a Chicano. He's a white guy from Florida. They came from like a rich background. And how he made up this story and all this stuff that he's super indigenous, he's a shaman, and all this stuff, I don't know. I don't really know the intricacies of it. But probably does off the brain of someone who got shot in the head. Yeah. But he made up this story that he's from Loyal Heights, that he's a super Sureño, that he got shot in the head when he was a little kid, and that he went through all this shit, and he's a shaman, and yeah, his name's not even important, and it turns out his name is like Owen Thompson Phillips or something like that. You know what I mean? Culture vultures, that's the new word that's overused. I mean, but this dude, I guess you could say he is a true definition of a culture vulture. So it turns out that he's from Florida, he's a white dude, and he's not even a Chicano. And he's passing himself off as a super indigenous. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part, and this is how you know something is off. The worst part is he started trying to create a sex cult of vulnerable women. And he was trying to play the Jim Jones, Charles Manson thing, that I'm a superhuman and I'm a super shaman, and to have my sperm is you have to be special, and you have to be, you have to pay them to get fucked. Supposedly, that's what I heard. I don't know how true it is, and yeah, man, it's that's a red flag right there. That the dude is full of shit. That he's in it to get his dick wet and for clout. You know what I mean? And hey, if a girl's stupid enough to sleep with a dude like that, then I can't say much. You know what I mean? That's that individual person's issue. You feel me? American Cholo wanted to do it live, yeah, yeah, but yeah. I mean, think about it. David Koresh, whose real name was Vernon Howe, fucking Charles Manson, Jim Jones, and so many others use basically these cults. They use a good word, and they appropriate something like a cultural movement to get laid, to get power, to use vulnerable people. And this dude is no different than any of those motherfuckers I mentioned. Now, yeah, maybe he didn't do crazy stuff like a Charles Manson or a David Koresh or a Jim Jones, but who knows? You know what I mean? Because if you watch this guy Prayers, or the vocalist of, I don't know if Prayers is a group or a guy. That's the thing I don't know. But if you watch an interview that they did with that Prayers guy about a few months back, and he's talking about Choloani, he's like on his nuts. Like, oh, Choloani, he's so special. He passed me game. He passed me some real shit. And oh my God, he almost sounded like he wanted to suck his cock. You know what I mean? And now I guess he made a video with a rebuttal saying that he didn't know, and that he wasn't kicking it with the guy like that. You know what I mean? And it's like to me, it's like, and then another thing is, I guess this Prayers guy said that he's seen not Choloani, that Duke Straight Jacket or Iron Jacket, that he's seen his ID and it said a diplomat, race Chichimeca. I'm like, that is a bullshit ass fucking ID. Whose race is gonna say Chichimeca diplomat, bro? I don't know. Some people are just gullible, bro. But the dangers of these kind of people is and I've seen these people, and I can tell you that in the Bay Area right now, there are people like that I know of. But I don't call them out because I don't have proof. But I can tell you, I know some people personally who are like that Choloani motherfucker, who are manipulative, they talk a good one, and they're only in there to get laid or get what they want, they want, or get some kind of power out of it. And their culture vultures are fake, fucking phony. What we used to call in the activist world when I was... So in my day, we called those dudes Mactivists because they were like Macs who came in to pick up on chicks at political events. And now, I'm no player hater. If you know Jose, I've been deep in the game myself with women in the past. So I'm no player hater, and don't ever call me a fucking player hater. But what I do not like is when motherfuckers like these frogs, like Choloani, Iron Jacket, come into movements with vulnerable people, and they use those movements like fucking snakes, like sharks, like weasels that they are, to prey on vulnerable women and people. That's how you get fucking chesters and molesters and rapists and weirdos with people like that. And that's not game. That's not fucking game. So if you want to call me a player hater for calling out a piece of fucking vile shit like that, then I'm a hater, I guess. Cause I won't player hate on a dude who got game and he's pimping. But if it's a fucking sucker like that, who's gonna make a movement look bad, fuck him. And I give them the fucking the thumbs, the fucking middle finger. You feel me? To all those motherfuckers like that. Cause all those pieces of shit deserve to get exposed. You know what I mean? Seriously. And I don't play that shit. Because that's the ammunition that they give a lot of these fucking pieces of shit like feminists and all that to say that all men are rapists and all men are bad and stuff like that because of dumb motherfuckers like that. Yeah, imagine if he wasn't exposed, imagine what he would have done. Exactly. The motherfucker would have tried to create some Jim Jones cult, bro. Maybe would have had them drink cyanide. You know? There was also an organization a long time ago called Synanon. Nobody talks about that organization. They actually had a chapter in Oakland. And Synanon was a drug rehab. Look it up if you don't believe me. And then they ended up becoming a cult rehab, bro. I swear to God. Look them up. Synanon. I'm not even lying. They were no different than this Choloani guy. Or Iron Jacket or Straight Jacket or Pendejo Jacket. Whatever you want to call him. And yes, I heard about this story. I didn't know about this. Thank God I didn't know about this guy. I didn't know about him. I had never seen him before. I think I would have got turned off by the dude when I seen all his Sureño stuff because I can't take someone seriously. If you're saying you're for La Raza or you're for Chicano empowerment, but you're still banging Sur and Norte and putting it out there, then I can't take you seriously. So I probably wouldn't have took the dude seriously when I seen all the Sureño stuff on him. I probably would have been like, yeah, this guy's full of shit. You know what I mean? And knowing the history of the Cholos and the Pachucos, I for sure would have known he was full of shit. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is, yes, these are the guys that can create dangerous cults. These are the guys that can get people killed or hurt. These are the guys that rape women and rape children and are, panty sniffers and toilet seat sniffers. These are these kind of fucking weirdos that you have to be on the lookout for. Don't fall for these fucking weirdos. See, I'm very skeptical of people. That's just how I am. You know what I mean? I love people, but at the same time, I'm very skeptical of people. Because I've seen a lot of these fucking frauds out there. And they are out there. Trust me. I can name 3 off the back, but I'm not going to name them. I can name at least 3 people in the Bay Area that are full of fucking shit. That I wouldn't attend any of their rallies or anything. You know? But, yeah, man, I'm just telling you guys. I was in that political world. And, you gotta watch out for guys like this Pendejoani guy. Choloani, Pendejoani is what I call him. You know what I mean? Because these people are dangerous, man. They're taking advantage of our oppression, our suffrage, and our community and our culture. And they're using it for their own fucking personal gain. And that's the sickening part. And no, Jose ain't no player hater, but I ain't no sucker lover either. You feel me? And that's the real. So tell me what you guys think. Leave the comments. I've been ranting about this. But tell me what you think, man. Am I wrong? Am I right? What do you think, man? And kudos to American Cholo for exposing this guy as well. But, one love to all the people that exposed him out there. I heard a lot of people on TikTok and IG exposed him. You know what I mean? Some fucking cracker from buttfuck Egypt. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man. Yeah, it is exploitation. There's a difference between a player and a game and a straight up sucker. Exactly. And to me, these guys that come into these organizations, you know what I mean, with the intentions of having sex with women there, are pieces of shit to me. Those aren't players. Those are sucker ass motherfuckers, bro. You know what I mean? And I got no love or no nothing for them, bro. And they need to be exposed for who they are, you know? But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna make a video about that topic probably tomorrow. I've been wanting to, but I've been busy the last few days. But I've been wanting to do a video about it to expose it to more people. But yeah, man, it's just those kind of things just annoy me, man. And especially he's some white dude, some weirdo, try to exploit our cultura, our gente, fool. It's like, nah, that ain't cool. You feel me? That is not cool. It's not cool for anyone. Even if he was a Chicano, I still wouldn't fucking accept, someone trying to create a sex call and just weirdo shit, bro. That's not cool. You know? That's that Jim Jones fucking Charles Manson shit. It is. Vernon Howe, aka David Koresh. All those Joe Rogan said it the best. He said the thing that all these guys had in common, they all did it for pussy. And that's real. Because these guys, think about it. Let's talk about David Koresh. He was the Branch Davidian guy. Think about it. His real name is Vernon Howe. He's some redneck from Texas. Nobody's gonna listen to that guy. But if he's David Koresh and he talked to God and he's almighty and powerful and he knows the wisdom of God, vulnerable people are gonna fall for that. And vulnerable people are gonna follow that. And they're gonna be like, oh my God, David Koresh has power. And what did David Koresh do? What did he fucking do? As soon as he got a little power in the Branch Davidian, he started fucking all the men's wives and their kids, the females. So, man, and this is true shit. You can look it up. It's not a lie. You know? Jim Jones, same thing. Jim Jones is no different. Jim Jones was some redneck from the South, I think. Created the People's Church, and sadly he created it in the Bay Area. And it's crazy because Huey Newton supported his church at one point. And he created this church, and he said that it was this church where black and white and other races of people were supposed to get along and live in the sanctity of God, how God wants the world to be. And you got to remember, this is the 70s when there's still a lot of racism. Barely the Civil Rights Act was passed, so there was a lot of racist mentality still going around. So to a lot of people, this sounded like a beautiful thing. But what did Jim Jones do? He made all these people move to some jungle in Guyana in South America to create some utopia. And when a senator came to investigate what happened, to investigate the area, he killed the senator, and then he made all his followers commit mass genocide by drinking Kool-Aid that was laced with cyanide. And this yellow jacket or whatever the fuck his name is, this Cholo Pendejo Ani, who's to say he's not one of those? And that's what I'm talking about. What's up, brother? Hopefully I don't know if you caught what I was talking about, but I'm talking about cult leaders. I'm talking about this whole Cholo Ani, straight jacket situation, or what's that guy called? Whatever, iron jacket situation, and cult leaders, and how the dangers of cults. Orale. But what do you guys think? Like, did you guys know about like Jim Jones and about? Because say I know my history, or about Vernon Howe, aka David Koresh. And what do you guys think about this? About these guys using their power, Jotoani, the Joto generation. I call it the pendejo generation. But yeah, man, it's just like, what do you guys think about that? Weigh in what you guys. Do you think those people can be a danger to the community? What's your take on it? Yeah, they are false prophets, Joe. You know what I mean? And like I said, there's been so many of them. I don't follow no one I don't trust for sure. Me either. You know. But I'm just saying, do you think that's a good thing? This guy, Iron Jacket, got exposed. You know what I mean? And American Cholo and various others talked about it. And yeah, he's just some J cat that's out there manipulating vulnerable people for power and for pussy. Let's face it, that's what he's doing. It's not a lie. Why try to lie about it? Yeah, he's from Florida. That's what I heard. He's some white dude from Florida trying to pass us off as some super Sureño from fucking Boyle Heights, and he supposedly got shot in the head when he was a little kid, and he made up all this sob story of growing up, and he had like Boyle Heights, I think, tattooed on him. Had hella Sureño tattoos all over him, trying to pass off as a super Azteca. And it doesn't matter, Sud, Norte. It's not even on no gangbang stuff, but he was repping Sud, so that is the reality, but he could have been a Norteño. Who's to say he wouldn't have been a Norteño doing that kind of shit and lying to people in the Bay Area or in the Central Valley? You know what I mean? Have I ever heard of Nuka Zeus? No, I never heard of him. Is that another cult leader? But there have been a lot of them. I mean, I know about some cult leaders. There was, like I said earlier, David Koresh, not Joe, what's his name? Jim Jones, Charles Manson. Look him up on YouTube. I'll look him up. Charles Manson, there was the guy who did the mass suicide in LA in '96. What were they called? The ones that they were wearing the sweatsuits. You know what I mean? There's been Synanon, which was, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Synanon. Synanon was and look up Synanon if you don't believe me. They used to be in Oakland a long time ago. Synanon was a drug rehab program that became a cult. And so many other things, man. You feel me? So many of. Why wouldn't the Sureños check that fool? Maybe they will. Maybe now that they know he's fake, hopefully they will check him. But the dude is probably in hiding. I don't think he's going to come back to LA after all of them exposed him and all that shit. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the dude was a Sureño or not. I don't know nothing about this weirdo. What you think about this? If white boys can run Raza and the Pinta, is Hoktuani justified? Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, because there have been white leaders in some of the prison gangs for sure. But hey, what's up, Lugia? But probably lives somewhere in Canada, but Rex LA. Supposedly he lived in New Mexico. Supposedly he lived in New Mexico in a Indian reservation, native reservation like that. And it's like, I don't know how true that is, because who knows what's true about this guy? Who knows? I don't know. To me it's a mystery just like it is to y'all. You feel me? But I'm just saying, man. What happened to him? I'm assuming he went into hiding. You know what I mean? He deleted all his stuff on YouTube and Facebook. I mean IG. So I'm assuming the dude's in hiding. He's a marked man, so I don't think he's gonna be out there. The dude Prayers, the dude who put him on the map, sort of say. Heaven's Gate. There you go. Yeah, you're right. Heaven's Gate. Gracias, Alberto. But the dude is a marked man, so he's probably in hiding. Because there are probably some people that want to beat his ass, you feel me? And justifiably so. But to me, it's not so much that he's using the Aztec culture. To me, it's more when it goes into the sexual thing. That pisses me off even more. Because then your real fucking intentions are right there, man. In front of you. You know what I mean? That's when you know this motherfucker's full of shit. When the sex stuff comes. Because these motherfuckers don't stop at women. They start fucking little kids and everything, bro. It's good. All these cult leaders are known to do this shit. That's crazy if someone could talk into suicide. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's happened. I mean, Heaven's Gate and fucking Jim Jones. Vernon Howell, David Koresh, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. And who's to say, okay, who's to say this Pendejoani guy won't get a good following And then one day say, well, this is what I could picture him saying. I can picture him saying, oh, well, we've been colonized and the white man has destroyed our land. What do we have to live for? Let's just kill each other in mass suicide to show the colonizers that we don't want to live in their world. And right there, boom, he has a bunch of people committing suicide. Seriously, I'm not even lying. That's probably something he would probably use to convince people to commit suicide. We're going to be with our ancestors once we die and blah, blah, blah. It's no different than, like, say, in Islam, when the Islamic extremists convince people that if they commit mass suicide, they're going to, or commit, jihad, they're going to die with 100 virgins waiting for them, or whatever nonsense they tell them. Who? Andre Nicotina? He was out there? He was hella young then, probably. I was, what, like 92, 93? I remember when that happened. I was in high school when that happened. I was staying out in Sacramento when that happened. But yeah, man. Crazy situation, bro. Exactly. Lesson the day don't make so gullible. The thing that I don't understand, that in the 70s, these cults were really big, man. Especially during the hippie era and during those times, these cults seemed to be a very big thing. Like, people were easily manipulated by these groups back then. That's what he says. Yeah, maybe he did. Well, Andre Nicotina was always kind of a little weirdo. But, yeah, I noticed in the 70s, people were more gullible. They fell for these cult leaders a lot more. People still fall for them, but back then it seemed more so than now, And into the 90s again, because you had the Heaven's Gate and the Branch Davidian. I think you're the females. I can't see no males doing that. No, that's not true. Yes, females are susceptible, but a lot of men were in these organizations too. Bohemian Grove, I've heard about it. I don't know too much about it. Oh yeah, his first CD was called the New Jim Jones, huh? I always thought he called it Jim Jones because he was from San Francisco and that's where the Jim Jones thing started and he just wanted to be controversial. But yeah, you're right. It was called the New Jim Jones. I remember that. I smoked Chewy like a motherfucking nut. Yeah, man. But that was yeah, but it's a trip how in those times people were very susceptible and it seems like in the 90s a lot of that came back too. The Branch Davidians and the Heaven's Gate. One can say that religion is a cult, One can say that. You may disagree with me, but I've heard people call religion a cult, But yeah, man. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Yeah. Victory Outreach is a cult. Control the masses, exactly. Do you guys think Victory Outreach is a barrio cult? They come into the barrios, into the hoods, to create a cult of Cholo followers, of Cholo Christian followers. Thank God, like, Victory Outreach never fucking did no mass shooting or nothing. On the Mafia, on which one? The Italian Mafia? They were no different than any other criminal organization. They're people hunters. People hunters. The Mafia, it's no different than any other gang. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Cosa Nostra, that's what I'm talking about. They're no different than any other criminal organization. The thing with them is they started originally as these little cliques of Italians who were fighting each other over control. And then what happened was, the reason they got powerful was because, what's that fool's name from New York? What's his name? I can't think of his name, man. He was one of the famous mafia leaders from the 1920s and 30s. Damn it. I don't have his name in front of me. Not Al Capone. He was from New York because Al Capone was from Chicago. Lucky Luciano. Thank you. It it wasn't until they created the commission with Jewish gangsters and even gangsters of other races, and they started the commission, and that's how the mafia became powerful, because now they had people not only in New York but all over the United States, even in the West Coast, in San Francisco and in LA. This is all true. You can look it up. They actually had a Cosa Nostra family in San Francisco at one point, and in San Jose. I think in San Francisco it was uh, what was his name? James Lanza, Jimmy Lanza. And in San Jose, it was some guy. I think his last name was Cerrito. It's all true, bro. You can look this stuff up. All right, brother. Be safe. But yeah, I mean, they're no different than the cartels, bro. They all started small and gained power, bro. I think the Mafia Cosa Nostra's heyday was like in the 70s and 80s. You know, because they controlled a lot of stuff, especially in New York, and they bribed a lot of people. But what really fucked them up was, what's his name? The dude who was Mayor Giuliani. He's the one that brought in the RICO thing, and that's when the mafia was decimated because dudes started snitching on each other and turning their backs and dropping out, and then no different than what happened to, like, say, Nuestra Familia or Mexican Mafia, you know? Yeah, prison gang can be considered a cult, even the mafia, you know what I mean? You go by an oath, you gotta hold up that oath, and if you don't, it could cost your life. But I think it's a little different because cults are more. I mean, it could be similar, yes, but I guess when we talk about cults, they usually use spirituality of some sort as their kind of vehicle to control people. The mafia uses your life basically to control you because if you fuck up, guess what? You ain't coming back. You know what I mean? Cults, I mean, yeah, you could say some cults might control people with their lives too. Some, maybe not all. But what's up, Jose? I'm a little late on joining cults. Was hella popular back then. Video of the death, they showed people covered and having an orgy. Yeah, I mean, most of these dudes that gorilla pimping, most, like I said earlier, man, most of these dudes who create cults, it's for that reason, because they want to get pussy, because they can't get pussy in the real world. So they create this persona, and they give themselves power to manipulate women to having sex with them. And it's the truth. It's the fucking truth, you know? And some people, they know that some people are gullible, and they're going to find that. They're going to fall for that, I mean, you know? Because, a lot of us a lot of us are searching for something. I could say I wasn't at one point in my life, I was searching for something. We all need something to belong to at some point in our life, Even though it's really all bullshit, but really as humanity, we're very sociable creatures. It was some dude looking like Jesus. I'm talking about that right now. Really, I'm talking about the dude, the Choloani guy. That Iron Jacket guy or Pendejo Jacket. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Yeah, man. That ain't no lie. You feel me? But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, man, because I take stuff like that really seriously, bro. Because I know the history of cults and I know the history of people getting killed and hurt. And it pisses me off more when someone of our raza does something like that, man. Well, the dude wasn't of our raza, but using our raza's culture to manipulate them, But, yeah, I mean, look up American Cholo. He talks about it. That dude Prayers talks about it. The guy who put him on the spotlight anyway. I don't know if Prayers has distanced himself from him or not. But I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know too much about the situation. I just know, like the old saying goes, something is rotten in Denmark. You feel me? Something's rotten in fucking SoCal, really, because that's where it happened. Whoever sees Hotoani first better take flight on him. I'm telling you. Hotoani, Pendejoani. You feel me? Straight jacket, yellow jacket, iron pendejo. You feel me? Yeah, have a strong mind for sure, Mario. Model, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just sad, man. It's just sad. I don't like to talk about sad topics, but it's really sad when you think about it, man. It's just really. But you know, it's just sad that there's just a lot of people that are gullible and they're looking for things. And you know, the dude was portraying himself as Sureño, but who's to say that someone in the Norteño world couldn't pull some shit like that off? You feel me? It's no different. It doesn't matter if the guy was Sur, Norte, Latin Kings, Crip Blood, whatever. Yo, AC was kind of right. Did you hear about the guy exposing himself, his squad in LA, I think? No, I didn't hear about that. American Cholo talked about that? Was it that same dude or was it some other dude? But no, I didn't hear about that, man. I'll have to go check it out. But yeah, bro. Cause it's like me, man. I really got love for my gente, bro, and I don't want to see my gente go down a downward spiral because of some bullshit. And that's the truth. I'm not even saying that for nothing. It's true, you know. But yeah, man. Let's recap what we talked about because I've been on this subject for like a half an hour. So we talked about the 4th of July in Oakland. It was a pretty violent weekend in Oakland on 4th of July. 4 people shot. I'm not sure how many got killed. You know, sideshows, crazy ass sideshows out of control everywhere. And it was just pandemonium I heard out in the town. I wasn't in Oakland on 4th of July. I was at a family member's house in the East Bay. And we had a big 4th of July party at the house. Um, but I heard in Oakland it was wild. I heard Vallejo was wild too. You know what I mean? We talked about Pendejoani, you know, and his cult, you know what I mean? Exposed for being a white guy, trying to portray himself as a super duper Aztec, and that women had to pay him to have sex with him, supposedly. So he's a male gigolo, a, a gigolo Aztec, I guess. So yeah, I just wanted to recap on all what I talked about tonight. Like dude on social media, he was getting cuffed, and there was hella people outside, but I didn't care what happened. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I just know I seen a few videos on online, you know, in Oakland. I seen a news report on Channel 5 that it was a pretty violent weekend, at least July 4th in Oakland. I heard in Richmond it was wild. I heard they had hella fireworks everywhere. I don't think it was bad though. I know it was a racist in Oakland, but yeah, man, I'm not sure, bro. But yeah, I heard it was a wild weekend. Okay, but yeah, I heard it was a wild weekend. If you guys want to chime in on anything that I talked about tonight, I'll give you guys the last word. Oh, the white guy getting arrested. He got arrested in Oakland. I don't think I've seen. But if you guys want to chime in on anything I talked about, or if you guys want to, cause I'm gonna get off soon. But if you guys want to throw anything in there that you might want me to talk about, anything you want me to touch on, throw it in there, guys. Throw it in there, ladies and gentlemen. Then I want to hear from you guys. I've already talked and ran it for like an hour, so I'm gonna give my voice a rest. I'm gonna give you guys the last few minutes before I get off. If you guys want to throw anything about whatever I talked about tonight, or if you want to throw in anything into the conversation that maybe you want me to talk about, it's all good. Throw it in. Oh, and by the way, I sold my old car today. That car was a bucket. I sold it for $700 to some female from Oakland. That shit was hella funny. I'm like, you really want this car? She's like, I'll take it. I said, hey, but the car was a bucket, but that motherfucker got me around everywhere. I ain't even gonna lie. But if anyone who wants to throw in any last words before I get off, I want you to, of anything I talked about, anything maybe you want me to talk about, maybe something you want to bring up. Yeah, that car has been in a lot of auto tours. Fireworks, let's see. Fireworks lit here in Richmond. I ended up in a sideshow down the street from my house. What part of Richmond? Damn, you sold her a piece of Latino United Hip. Yeah, bro. That car's been in a lot of auto tours. Yeah, man, I sold it tonight. I had to get rid of it, bro. It's taking up too much space outside. And you know what? The car was a bucket, but it ran, man. That car ran. It's still gonna run. The girl that bought it, it's gonna run for her. Trust me. It has a little issues with it, but if she can fix those issues, that motherfucker's gonna run till the brakes fall off, till the tires fall off. You feel me? But it's a Toyota Camry 2000. It was a little beat up, but That car hardly gave me any problems. It gave me a few minor problems, but nothing serious, bro. I've had it for 4 years and it's still running. She drove off with it like nothing. You feel me? But yeah, I got rid of the car finally tonight. I bought another car. I bought a Nissan Sentra. But yeah, I got rid of the Toyota. I got me a little bit of a newer car. And yeah. So now I do voucher tours. Did you sign it? What, for the car? Hell yeah, I signed it. I gave her all the responsibilities of that car. I want no responsibility. So if she goes and crashes it or something, yeah, man, I should have did one last body tours in it. Add a little oil here and there, and it's good. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, that car, it's a Toyota, bro. So you already know Toyotas run till the wheels fall off. And that car, that girl, she got a deal. I gave it to her for 700. She ain't gonna get a car for 700 nowhere else. And I only gave it to her that cheap because it did have some minor issues that got to be taken care of. Had those minor issues been fixed, I would have sold it for way more. And yeah, I just wanted to get rid of it. It was taking too much space, and I already have another car, so I wasn't worried about it. So yeah, I got rid of it. A part of Oakland Latinos history is gone, but yeah, but at least the car's in Oakland still, so it's gonna keep on rolling around the town. You feel me? Because the girl that bought it, she said she lived in Oakland, so yeah, man, she was a black girl. But yeah, yeah, I got rid of it. I told her, look, it got issues, but I'm selling it as is. If you want it, it's yours. If not, then hey, it's all good. She said, no, I want it. It's cool, blah, blah, blah. She was just happy that it drove. So she took it. No question that. She gave me the 7. I signed her, gave her the pink slip, and filled everything out, and boom, she took the car with her. Yeah, but yeah, that car, I went everywhere in that bucket. You feel me? I'm gonna find. I think. Ah, man, I was gonna take one last picture with it, but let me see if I have one. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of it, and I'll post it. But yeah, man, the car is gone. The old Toyota's gone. Now I got a Nissan Sentra. I got a 2006 Nissan Sentra. So that's what I'm rolling in. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get off soon. So hey, I always like to leave it to you guys, man, to you boys and girls out there. She probably looked at him like, yeah, I'm about to hotbox it. Oh yeah, she was a hood girl, so you know she was gonna be who riding that motherfucker. But but I think she lived in the deep. I think. But yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm about to get off soon, so I just want to leave it. She might take it to a sideshow. You never know, bro. You never know. But or maybe she might drive around with all her badass kids in that car or something. But yeah, like I said, I'm about to get off, so I like to leave it to you guys before I get off. So if there's anything you want to bring up about anything I talked about, or if there's any new subjects you want me to speak on real quick, throw it in the comments, bro. Don't be afraid. Put it in there. And if I know about it, I'll talk about it. Or whatever. Just ask me a question or bring up a topic. I'm going to leave it to you guys because I like leaving it to you guys before I get off, to the audience, because that's what you're here for, man. That's what I'm here for, to interact with you guys. With you guys and girls, if there's girls out there too. Random question. When was the last time you hopped on BART? A week ago. I went to meet up a friend who was from out. He lives in Texas, but he was visiting the Bay Area. And I hopped on the BART because I didn't want to drive to San Francisco. Yeah, but that was exactly a week ago today. I was kicking in with an old friend. I hadn't seen him in hella years, bro. He's from the Bay, but he moved out to Texas like 15, 16 years ago. So he was visiting the Bay with his family, so he wanted to hella kick it with me. So yeah, I got to hang out with him for a little bit. You know, we did the usual San Francisco stuff because his family didn't know nothing about the Bay, so we took him to Pier 39, the Golden Gate Bridge, and showed him around. But yeah. Not right now, but hopefully we'll work on some more soon. How'd you guys like the music video? I posted it on here. I told you guys I sing a little bit and play music. You know, I love music, bro. I grew up around music all my life. My dad was a musician. My grandpa was a musician. My cousins were musicians. So I come from a musical background for sure. I started later on in life in music. I've only been playing for like almost 11 years now. How was the year 1996? It was cool. I was 19 years old in 1996. I was living in Vallejo at the time. It was cool though. I was always in Oakland all the time. I was like in between Vallejo and Oakland, kicking back all the time. But it was cool. That was the year Tupac died, if I remember right. That was also the year that Sally Cell came out with "It's Going Down Tonight, Tonight It Goes Down." That was the same year that came. Yeah, I remember Young Lay from the V Town. That's the dude that didn't they kill his girlfriend and kidnap his kid or something like that. I heard about back in the days. But yeah, that was the same year a lot of that stuff came out. Mac Moss, I think, came out with an album in '96. You feel me? But yeah, I remember '95, '96, '97. I remember all those years. I was a youngster then. I was hella young. Wild times, man. Those were wild times in the Bay Area. But yeah, man. So it's already that 10-minute mark. 1 hour and 10 minutes. I've been on here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this live feed today with Live with Jay number 32. And I did it today on Tuesday because, like I said, Sunday I was at a party and I just was not able to do one. And yesterday I was out of town and I didn't get home till hella late. So I said, fuck it, let's just do it on Tuesday, something different. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the topics I talked about today. And yeah, man, just be careful with any suckers out there pretending they're like super cholos or super Aztecs or super religious or whatever. You never know, man. There's a lot of charlatans out there, a lot of people who are trying to bamboozle people and control people. So just be safe out there, man. And be on the lookout for these weirdos. And be on the lookout for just in general, a lot of reckless people out there right now. So be safe. That's all I can really tell y'all. So I'm about to get off, man. This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United. Be sure to subscribe on the video, on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like any of my videos. Comment on any of my videos. You know what I mean? Like my IG. Like my Facebook, Oakland Latinos United. Be sure to comment on anything you see, on any video you see. And if you're trying to get a hold of me, more importantly, if you're trying to private message me on the Oakland Latinos United IG, and I will definitely get back to you. You feel me? So this is Jose with Oakland Latinos United. Thanks for the support. Keep on bringing you more content. I'm gonna make a video about que lo lavas. I'm gonna make a video about the Choloani Pendejoani situation. That should be coming out tomorrow. And yeah, just like I said, be safe out there, guys. And hopefully I'll be back Sunday with Live with Jay. One love to all of you guys and girls, if there's girls out there. And be safe. Stay ground. Chicano power.